UFC Des Moines has just wrapped up Sandhagen versus Figgy. And bro, this card was filled with some boring fights, fraud checks that we're gonna really talk about. And the main event, it was kind of, I guess, lackluster but obvious. I told people I literally didn't see a planet where Figgy could win. It just like I just like Figgy's too small. I feel bad for the way the fight ended, but I'll be real, chat. Figgy just looked like a fish out of water. Figgy kind of looked like he shouldn't have been there. Like, I'm not trying to cook Figgy, you know, but like 5'5" to like a damn near 6 foot bantamweight, like he's too explosive, too quick. Corey was everything I thought he was. His defensive grappling still up there with the best, you know. Still up there with the best. He was like Figgy had some clean takedowns where he get him down. But Corey's ability to scramble, to go for submissions, to set up opportunities. And then Figgy just kept rapping for that leg lock. And the irony, bro, you keep chasing the leg lock and then you end up getting your fucking leg popped. I feel bad for him, dude. I do. But, bro, he landed 8 strikes total. Holy crap, man. Like, 8 strikes total. It was just really just Corey ground and pound session, wasn't it? And then on the feet, it was just Corey blasting leg kicks that was too fast for Figgy to keep up with. Tough night for. I almost feel bad for Figgy, you know. I don't know why. I feel like the matchmaking just didn't make sense. The whole time I was like, this fight doesn't make sense for me. Like, I don't know why it's even getting booked. Like, I just know Corey's gonna beat the hell out of Figgy. And that's what happened. Now, I know Corey wants a title shot now. He'll probably get one after the Sugar fight because I know Merab's not gonna be in. Even if Umar beats someone else, they're still gonna give it to Corey because one is new blood and two, yeah, Merab doesn't want to fight Umar again. So I do think Corey's going to end up getting the winner of Sugar versus Merab, which I would say he deserves. He only lost to Umar, to be fair, of course. No one's going to beat Umar except for maybe Merab, brother. This is it, brother. So, yeah, nothing really surprising about this main event. Like I said, it's just very expected. And poor Figgy, bro should retire. Now, this fight, I want to take a sip of water before I even talk. Now, what's funny about this fight is I remember when it first gets booked, chat, I get on live. I'm like, dude, RDR's going to smoke him. RDR's going to bring a fight. He's going to make it look so easy. Bo's going to give up. Bo's overrated. Bo this, Bo that. Right? Fight week comes. I watch footage. I see RDR looking just horrible in his last fight against GM3, like just getting tagged by GM3, you know. And I see Bo's last fight. He didn't look great, but he was like landing. He was always throwing overhands that seemed a little bit quick. And I was like, oh my God, RDR keeps his chin in the air. Bo Nick's going to catch him with overhand. I switched my pick the week up. So I went from the whole months, like right when this fight gets booked, the whole time saying RDR's going to smoke him. Everyone's like, oh, you changed your pick to Bo Nickal. You came to your senses, blah, blah, blah. Turns out I didn't come to my senses because this fight happens and everything I said before happened. RDR is awkwardly talented. Now, people are questioning, was it a fraud check or is RDR just that good? Two things can coexist. Now, I really feel as if RDR's awkward style is very overwhelming. You know, I also want to say RDR is Pereira maxing, chat. Like, he fights at 185, but comes in on fight day around 225, 230. He's a big guy. He's heavy. He's 6'4". Bo Nickal is not Bo Nickal really a middleweight, guys? Like, yes, he fills out. I feel like he's not filling out to, like, the leanest he could fill out to. I feel like he's more filling out just to fill out to 185. You know, I honestly think he can make a cut to 170 and like have a little bit more muscle and definition on him. I just don't know if 185 is his weight. And after today, seeing him going against a big middleweight, I was like, holy crap. Bo Nickal was losing the grappling, chat. Bo Nickal was not winning the grappling in this fight. As far as the pressure was concerned, it was like it was too much for him. It was too heavy. There was times he reversed him in the clinch, held him there, you know, had some good wizards where he kind of flicked RDR off him. But ultimately, RDR's size was too overwhelming for Bo Nickal to a point where he ultimately broke this guy. Like, he went forward and was just marauder maxing him to the point where he broke him. Bo Nickal, being a fighter, and I prefaced this when I was initially picking RDR, I was like, Bo Nickal's just that guy who just, you know, like, I feel like he hasn't been through adversity, and he just doesn't have the killer instinct. I noticed when he rocked Paul Craig, he was too scared to jump on it. And in my head, I was like, maybe he rocks RDR, he'd be too scared to jump on it. But that comes from a lack of fight, like mentality. And his mentality was tested today because this is the first time he went through adversity in his whole career. You never see Bo like really put through adversity. He went through adversity the first time. He's like, wait, why am I in the grappling exchanges not getting the best of this guy? Why is his grappling good? Why is his pressure good? Why am I getting knee to the body repetitively? The second he saw that, he broke mentally. I really believe if you look at, I swear, the end of the first round, I remember Bo just staring at him, like not even scared to engage. Round 2 starts, I'm just like, in the corner work, I see Bo's face. I'm like, dude, Bo's not ready. Bo hasn't been through this adversity. So this is the first time he's feeling this pressure, like from a real bad man like RDR. And RDR's like, I'm going to just keep putting the beats on this guy like Dr. Dre. RDR is crazy, man. He's really giving me Drickus Zubazis vibes. By the way, he's kind of just listen, you don't gotta look pretty in a fight to be a good fighter. RDR is that new age still proving it. I think RDR is very talented because one, I was wondering, like, is RDR gonna actually go in there and wrestle Bo Nickal, or is he gonna like go in there and try to strike with him? In my head, I was like, they're probably just gonna turn into a striking match. RDR was so confident in his ability to out grapple Bo, he literally came at him and just used his size and destroyed him. Bo Nickal, I don't know if he was thinking like, oh, he's gonna be scared of my wrestling. Dude, Bo Nickal, like, he got tested and he failed the test. Like, the wrestling world's in shambles, bro. DC, Henry Cejudo, they're probably all like losing their minds. I saw Henry Cejudo's tweet. He was like, sad day for boxing world, blah, 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 wrestling world, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. Man, Bo Nickal got tested for the first time and he failed the test. Like, I feel as if he was put through adversity for the first time. He got uncomfortable and he mentally broke. But credit to RDR and his body shots and those knees. They were getting to Bo. Bo just had no defense for it. Bo just looked kind of like a newbie. He does look like listen, 7 fights, 7-0 before this or something, right? He does look like he has 7 fights in the UFC. He was fast-tracked in the UFC. He was given an easy schedule in the UFC. The second he goes through adversity, he fails. The second he gets pushed to limits, he gives up. That's what he showed them. Like, some of these wrestlers need to understand UFC is not just roses and bubbles. You're not going to come in, yeah, man, I'll be Hamza. Brother, what? Be careful what you... Now you gotta be really... Hamza would actually destroy Bo Nickal. Like, it's actually crazy how bad and one-sided Hamza versus Bo Nickal would be. I feel for Nickal a little bit because I'm like, dude, you're just not... I don't think UFC's for him. Because, like, first, the Craig win, it's like he didn't have any aggressive mentality to chase finishes. RDR win, you get tested and your mentality breaks because you're starting to go through pressure for the first time. You're not used to it. RDR broke Bo Nickal. Bo Nickal showed that he's not this hyped up marauder that everyone thinks he is, and RDR showed that he's legit. RDR showed that, like, I don't care about your grappling degree. GM3, a great BJJ practitioner, submitted him. Bo Nickal, great grappler. He just beat him in the clinch, out grappled him. He broke him. RDR's impressive. I'm impressed by RDR. And Bo Nickal, I don't have much to say to him. Yeah, like, he tried. He was throwing overhands, but those speedy overhands in the first round turned into slow, clobbering, ugly overhands in the second round. RDR showed that he's RDR, man. He showed that he can put the beats on this guy like Dr. Dre. I don't know, man. I'm really surprised that almost like how decent Renier Derida looked and also how kind of mid Bo Nickal looked. I think both things are coexisting here. I think Derida is legit. I also think Bo Nickal is just, he's a twerp, isn't he? He's fucking, dude, he's just not, I don't know, man. He just gives up through adversity. He doesn't have the right mindset to be a fighter. I don't think he has the right mindset. And I swear he shouldn't. I don't want to say retire because he's young. But you're at that point, bro. I don't know what you're like. I don't think he has the mentality for fighting. He just doesn't have it. I wonder what's he gonna do after this because he was such a hyped up prospect. He's like, I could beat this guy. I could beat this guy. Then you got embarrassed by a guy who's not the best stylistic looking fighter on the planet. But like I said, credit to RDR. He's a marauder and he outworked this guy. This guy's a party animal. You just know he's at parties like, yeah, dude, rock on, dude. Cowabunga. He definitely actually says Cowabunga radical and nods his head and goes surfing, dude. And he fucked up Bo. Aish, bro, I can't be bothered, Bo Nickal needs to do some soul searching and see if he really wants to be an ultimate fighter. Because, brother, be careful. Not everyone can be ultimate fighter, So be careful what you want to wish for, brother. RDR, he's legit, and I want to see him against. He's called out Sean Strickland. He would beat the shit out of Sean Strickland. I would love that fight so much, I know RDR would break Sean Strickland mentally as well. Sean Strickland would just get outworked in the clinch. He'd be too big and strong for Strickland in the clinch. And I think RDR's grappling and awkward style would just be overwhelming. There's a world, though, where Strickland, like, could outlast him in the feet and just start push kicking him. And, like, it'll be interesting. But I do got RDR outworking him. And I think that was a great call out. He said, I beat the best American wrestler. Give me the best American striker, Strickland. He's trying to beat all the Americans. I don't know what he has against Americans, but, brother, dale. I'm all for it. RDR, your problem, brother. A real problem. Now, this fight I got wrong. I thought Santiago was going to out-pressure him, outwork him. The first round, I remember Santiago slipped, chat. And, like, he got rocked after slipping. I was so embarrassed for him. He won the second round. And then D-Rod, goes in there, puts the beats on him like Dr. Dre. And the third round catches him off guard and then puts him to sleep. It was a pretty solid fight. It was actually one of the better fights of the night. Santiago seemed like the better fighter. His chin just couldn't. Bro, look at his elf ears. Elf ear, no chin having boy gets fucking slipped. I'm kind of happy that happened. Good for D-Rod. Good win. I was a little bit salty watching that live. Yeah, this fight right here. Dude, Daniel Marcos will retire and be known. I don't know how he was 17-0, chat. Listen, one of the worst undefeated fighters in the UFC, and he proves it again. He lost 30-27. I'm glad every single person said 30-27 because, yes, he had, the rounds really weren't close. There's just Monta Jackson trying to take his head off, then sometimes clinching with him. And Daniel Marcos, every time he clinched and had a controlling position, he did absolutely nilch with it. Brother, who these guys, brother? And I'll be real. Montel Jackson, his striking's good sometimes offensively, but defensively he looks like a rat out of Waterloo. He doesn't look that good to me. They're both not that good. This is both overrated people. I don't know the hell you were undefeated. You fucking no envelope George Lopez having looking red haired mother. Eesh. I just don't know what that was, bro. But you're horrible and you're not that good, but you're better than Daniel Marcos. Congrats. Now, this fight right here, I remember I picked Smotherman. I trusted Smotherman's boxing a little bit too much here. Sidney did a really good job. Like, when it was getting a little bit, like, iffy in the boxing, he would jump on clinches, wrestle him. It's just great game plan by Sidney. Bro says Sidney actually looks pretty solid. Yeah, I like Siri. And then Cameron Smotherman, he looks solid. You know, he won the third round, but it was a little bit too late. He started landing the shots he needed to, but, like, way after. I think City just gave him too much to worry about. Like he would mix in the wrestling, the strikes, and it was just a lot of moving parts. And I feel like Smotherman wasn't ready for that fight style, which is why he got like outworked and kind of lost on points. But they both guys have potential. Both guys are really talented. I like both fighters. All right, moving on. This fight was low-key a banger for the first 2 rounds. And then Mason Jones was like, all right, let me just do what it takes to win. I did have Mason Jones winning this by KO points. Jones did show great striking. He had some clean spinning elbows. It was actually, and then Jeremy Stephens had me fucking bobbing, weaving after every pocket exchange because he was throwing a kill. It was a good matchup for both guys. I liked this fight for sure. For the first 2 rounds, I do think Mason Jones kind of just did what he needed to do to win, which could be frustrating to people watching, but yeah, he did what he had to do to win. Anyone would do that because Jeremy Stephens starting to get on him. Third round was a little bit lackluster, but Jeremy Stephens, you know, good little retirement for him, brother. He brought it. He looked like Jeremy Stephens, so it was a fun fight. All right. Yana Santos versus Miesha Tate. I didn't even know Miesha Tate was still fighting. Yana Santos, you know, WMMA, she just put the beats on her, stick and moving. You know, Miesha Tate almost had the craziest comeback. It would have been cool, but she failed. Shout out Yana Santos. I don't care too much about WMMA. We're moving on. Asmat Bekov. This guy's legit. I'm going to glaze him a little bit. Asmat Bekov's legit. Ryan Loder is interesting. He's a good grappler. It was like, listen, Asmat impressed me with his takedown defense because I know Ryan Loder is a pretty decent, like, great grappler. The way Asmat defending the takedowns, I was very impressed with his strong base and his pressure and his boxing. I have very high hopes for him. I think Ikram would be a good shot for him, a good fight for him, guys. You know, I think Ikram would be interesting, just so I can see what's up with who's the best Russian prospect. You know, I need to pick one to glaze the most. You know, brother, give him Asmat, give Ikram Asmat. I think Asmat's talented. I think this guy's actually legit. First round KO against Ryan Loder, and he showed defensive grappling. He showed he's well rounded. Him and Ikram will be a movie. I need that fight like I need a hairline. Anyways, Mariana Rodriguez versus Gillian Robertson. This is probably the easiest fight for me to pick on the card. I knew Robertson was going to go in there and beat her. Yeah, poor Marina. She retired, great career, but it's just that her level of grappling is actually very impressive. I don't know why she looks so old and like gremlin-like in these things, because she actually looks kind of good when she smiles. Like, hear me out, real bad man. Like when she actually like in the octagon, she looked good. She looks old as hell, like a zombie here. It can't be asked. But yeah, great career for Mariana Rodriguez. I actually liked Mariana Rodriguez. She won me a good amount of money. She's a pretty solid fighter, but like for her whole career. But you know, Gillian Robertson, I was not gonna bet against her. It made no sense. Easy win for Robertson. Ilia Topuria versus Kwang Lee. Ilia Topuria getting put out cold was very surprising to me. I can't lie. I underestimated the grappling of Kwang Lee. I thought he was going to be more of an aggressive striker, but he used his grappling early against Ilia Topuria. I don't know what about Topuria made him realize he could go in there and grapple him, but it worked, man. You know, Topuria, he showed takedown defense initially, but on the second attempt, he was down already. Kwang Lee, he had to go to take him down, submit him. He did this, brother. Took him 2 rounds. I'll give him credit. Topuria, I think Topuria needs to stop calling out Islam because that performance was pitiful. All right, last 2 fights. Thomas Peterson, easiest pick of my life. I knew Thomas Peterson was going to go in there. I had him by KO or points. He ended up taking him to points. Dontel Mays just didn't want to give in. Dontel Mays was getting his head punched in a lot of the time, but Peterson was just like a real chubby bad man, you know. Peterson beat him like he owed him money. That was a little bit racial. I don't really like how this fight went. It was a little bit too racist for me. I'm joking. It was an easy pick for me. I knew Thomas Peterson was going to win by KO points. He came close to finishing the fight a lot, you know, but he just really, like, the movement of Mays kept him alive. But 6-6 for nothing, dude. That's all I'm going to say. 6-6 for nothing. And Juliana Miller versus Ivan Prejovic, because we all care about this fight. Yeah, round 3, it was decision. She looked so bad. I was actually really annoyed how she won the 3rd round. She just was hugging. In her face just kind of gets me mad sometimes. I don't know, dude. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, Juliana Miller, great win, I guess. 3rd round was very lackluster. But I actually did horrible on this card, you know. I got like 6 fights wrong, 6 fights right or something. I don't even know. How much fights total was there, chat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I went 6 for 6. I don't think any YouTuber did absurdly well this card. The Bo Nickal fight was probably my worst prediction. Corey Sandhagen was the easiest prediction for me, so I'm not really impressed with that. But my main event streak, I don't miss main events. It's not possible. You know, 315 next week. You know, we're gonna cook on that. But my biggest takeaway from this is RDR is special. Bo Nickal, brother, pack it up. But that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think down below, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.